So let's start today's practice in sitting mountain. We'll come a little bit towards the front edge of the chair. We'll make sure that we have our legs sitting hip distance apart with middle toes forward and ankles sitting in line with the knees. And just feeling like you're steady on your seat. Maybe you can feel your sit bones feel even forward and back, side to side. And we'll let the spine grow nice and tall. Maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times, up and back and around. Today we're going to focus on our shoulders. So let's do some the other way just to get them moving. And then we'll let the shoulders settle down into the back. And just, if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, please feel free. We'll just take a few breaths here just to arrive today in our practice. You can close your eyes or you can leave them open, whatever works for you. Just notice how the breath moves the torso. You might notice how the breath expands the torso outwards as you inhale, and exhaling, the torso will move inwards. Just taking a few breaths here with nothing to do really. There's no need to change your breath or manipulate it. Just taking a moment to connect in with it. That's all you need to do. Take one more round here. And then when you're ready, if you closed your eyes, just gently opening the eyes. And let's start by pressing our feet down into the ground so we can get some good stability and support from our lower body as we start to move the upper body. We're going to take our left hand up now towards our shoulder and maybe back a little bit depending on how your arm feels today. The right hand, that's your right hand. Your left hand is going to go down and back by the hip. And then we're going to swap those over as we exhale. Inhaling, taking them as far as we feel comfortable today. Remember, everything is just about being true and kind to yourself. So just moving your body in the best way for you today. And just letting the elbows move and lead the way here. And the breath, of course, being your guide, marrying your breath with your movement. And then from there, we'll bring our hands like a prism in the center. And let's start to make circles. Now you can take them in front of your face. You can take them over your head. You can take them behind your head. Keep your torso still as you can. Might move just a little bit. But focus on moving the arms in the shoulder joint. So just mobilizing through our shoulders. And then we'll take this back the other way. Working on the rhythm with the rhythm of your breath. One full breath in and out as you circle around. Last one. And then from here, we will turn the palms upwards, and on the inhale breath, open the palms to the sides. And on the exhale breath, bring them across towards the opposite elbow. And inhale, opening out, keeping your elbows close to your body as you can on this one. Maybe you can feel the shoulder blades moving towards each other, moving apart, moving towards each other, moving apart. And again, one more time. And across. And then we'll take them out and we're going to press the hands downwards towards the ground. And then like you're drawing your hands up the sides of your body to wherever they go for you. And then pressing the hands down. And then inhaling. Just make sure you're not pulling this up from that space around your neck and in that little bit in there. So feel as though as you lift your elbows up, that they're going outwards and up. And that way we're not pulling up with that place where we hold a lot of tension already normally. Pressing down. Gorgeous. And from there, we're going to just let the arms float upwards. So just to wherever feels comfortable. Now you can have them on your shoulders, you can have them bent a little more than mine, whatever works for you. And then exhale, we'll take them behind again to wherever works again for your body. So kind of what we were doing before, but we've got both arms going the same direction this time, and the arms may be a little bit longer. Again, just relax your shoulders. They will lift up naturally as you move your arms. That's absolutely normal. But we don't want to be, again, pulling them up with force or tension. Just letting your body do its natural thing. All right, now from here, we'll bring our hands to our shoulders and take the elbows in towards each other. Take them up and back and around. I always get a few cracks happening in this one, but interestingly enough, it's actually my elbow cracking, which is so weird, isn't it? And then we'll change direction. We'll go back and around the other way. And just after driving through that traffic on the way back, my shoulders are saying, thank you so much for doing this for me right now. Circling around. Now from here, like you have two stop signs, take your hands out to the sides as far as they go for you today. And then imagine like you have two doorknobs in your hands and they're pretty hard to turn around, but we're going to turn them. So we turn them around one way as we rotate the arms forward and down. And then we turn them back around the other way, all the way as far as you can. Because you really want to open this door up and then turning them around the other way. Turning them around, but they're hard to turn, so we're using resistance as we move our arms, our hands. Elbows can be longer or more bent. Do one more, turning as far as your range of motion is. Everyone's a bit different here. Last time, turning them up and back. And then make those stop signs again with the fingers pointing up, and imagine like someone is pressing your hands in and you're trying to stop them as you bring your fingertips in towards your shoulders, and then pressing that person away again and they're trying to stop you, and then bringing them in. So again, we're using resistance. Try to touch your fingertips to your shoulders. Doesn't matter if they don't touch though, but that's where the direction we're heading in. And again, coming in, pressing away and coming in again and pressing away. And then we'll let the hands gently float back down to the lap, and let's just take a breath here to feel into those shoulders. We've been doing a lot of movement there already. Now from here, let's move our spine a little, because of course our shoulder blades sit in our back. So we'll move our spine forward as we inhale, expanding the chest, and you'll feel the shoulder blades moving towards each other. And then as you exhale, push with your feet, tailbone comes down. As you lean back in the chair, you might feel the shoulder blades move apart. And then on the inhale, we'll come forward, the shoulder blades will move towards each other. And then on the exhale, maybe you'll feel them move apart. Now you don't have to curl all the way, although you can if you want to, but just see if you can feel the shoulder blades as they move in, and as they move apart, they broaden out towards the sides. Forward and moving back. Beautiful. Then coming back into the center, take a breath in here. Bring your hands back to that prism as you exhale. And then inhale to grow tall. And on your exhale breath, turn your ribs towards your left. Now you're welcome to keep your hands as they are and stay and breathe. Or maybe you would like to breathe in and let your prism start to rise up towards your up for today, wherever that is for you. And on your exhale breath, gently drawing your hands back down and inhaling, letting the hands maybe rise up, and exhaling, gently moving them down. Keeping the spine tall and the feet grounded as you do this. We'll come back to the center after this next one on the inhale, and we'll continue going over to the other side on the exhale. And if you want to, keep your hands where they are and breathe, or maybe inhaling to let your arms float up, or maybe staying where you are. Inhaling. And we have one more. Exhale. And then we'll use our inhale breath to come back around to the front. And from here, separate your hands and open the chest out nice and wide. And then as you exhale, gently draw the elbows towards each other. Inhaling to open out and exhaling. So again, you might feel the shoulder blades moving in and out as you do this one. And then gently letting the hands come back down again. Now breathing in tall here. As we exhale, we're going to come up and over towards the left side in a side bend. So from here you can keep your left hand. I'm so used to teaching on Zoom where it's opposite way, but as I'm talking to you, I have to teach. This is my actual left, so we're going to the left. And then the hand can either come to the hip maybe, or just stay where it is on the leg. This right hand is going to go to the hip, the shoulder, or maybe come to a cactus, or maybe reach up and over. And you're welcome to keep your hand, shoulder, wherever it is. Or as you inhale next, maybe you'll like to grow taller through the ribs. And as you exhale, you can let your hand float down, but stay in your side bend. And on your inhale breath, floating up. And on your exhale breath, floating down. And this can be done with a hand on the shoulder, if that feels better for you, or in the cactus shape, more of a bent arm, if that feels better for you. Just remembering again, just to do whatever feels good today for you. We'll do one more. And then let's come up on the next one and bring that hand back down. So hands on the thighs or maybe on the hips, we'll breathe in and we'll go up and over. And when I say up and over, I'm talking about the ribs. They're going up and over rather than just over and down. Then from here, this left hand can go shoulder maybe a little bit away from the head. Maybe it will go up and over. Really depends on your arm. One might be different to the other. And either staying and breathing, which is beautiful in itself, or as you inhale, just spread the ribs up a little higher. And then as you exhale, release your arm down, starting to float through the shoulder, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling again. And last one. After this one, we will come back into the center, slowly returning up and letting the hand gently float down, taking a breath here, a breath out. Then from here, we'll bring our hands to our hips. Now you're welcome to keep them on your hips and draw your shoulder blades towards each other. You might like to bring them around to your lower back with the palm facing downwards, or you might like to interlace your fingers behind your back. And if you interlace, you might keep your hands on your lower back, or you might let them stretch off a little bit away from the lower back. Okay? If you feel like you'd like to gaze up to where the roof meets the wall, you're welcome. Take a beautiful breath into the front of the chest, the shoulders. One more breath here. And then use your exhale breath to just release through the upper body and bring the hands out to rest on the thighs. Now from here, bringing your hands so the left hand goes under the right. You might stay here, or you might like to bring your elbows somewhere closer together. You might even take your left right underneath your right and give yourself a hug, or you might weave your arms around to touch the palms together. Now remember that you can do any of those options, so stay with the one that feels the best for you. And just bringing your awareness now into the space between the shoulder blades, feeling the breath widen the space. So we did this with the movement before, but now we can do it with the breath. You'll feel the shoulder blades move apart and a little closer together as you exhale. Feel that expansion and gentle contraction. One more time. And then feel into the front of the chest and shoulders and release your arms out. And then as you exhale, swap them over. So remember, you might be back to back, right arm to left this time. You might even hold elbows, you might hold shoulders, you might weave the arms. One could be different to the other. Feeling again into the back of the shoulders now. Feeling the shoulder blades move for another round of breath. And then feeling into the front of the chest and shoulders as you release and feel that sensation of all the blood flow returning there. And then exhale, let the hands gently float down. Just take a breath, notice how that feels. Now for the next one, you might like to bring your hand to your shoulder. You might like to lift the elbow out to the side. You might like to turn the elbow forward. You might even use the other hand to lift the elbow gently up without forcing. You may like to leave it there without holding and bring your right hand to your hip or your lower back or across a little more or up, holding your shirt or holding the other hand behind your back. So again, just feeling into where your shoulders feel good for this stretch. What is working best for you? If you have a strap or a scarf, you can use that in these ones as well. But I didn't let you know to get one earlier, so you can use your shirt. Taking a couple of breaths here. Then slowly unraveling, taking your time to come out of that shape. Your hands down. Then we'll do the other side. So hip, shoulder, lifting the elbow, turning the elbow forward, lifting up beside the head. You can use the other hand to gently hold that if you like. Or maybe this one will be on the hip, the lower back, or maybe across to the side of the waist, or maybe creeping up your back towards the other hand. Just remember, any of those options is fine, yeah? Everyone's different in their shoulders, so feel what your shoulder's like. Mine always want something different every time. Just taking another couple of breaths here. And then we'll slowly, just taking your time, unravel your arms, supporting them if you need, and then bringing them back down to the lap, taking a breath here and a breath out. And then from here we'll take a breath in as we just gently fold over our legs. We haven't really done any lower back stuff. We were really focusing on our shoulders today. So just taking a little forward fold to balance our body, our mind, cool us down a little bit, taking a breath here. Just a really gentle one, nice place to just hang out, right? Maybe you can feel the breath into the back body, maybe the space around the shoulders, the lower back maybe a little. And then when you're ready, we'll just inhale and gently come up, just letting the shoulders settle. If you feel like sitting tall, you can, or we'll sit back for just a moment to let everything that we've done integrate into our system. So if you'd like to sit more comfortably, you're more than welcome. I might take that option today. And let's just take a moment in the place where we feel the most relaxed. You can turn your palms up if you'd like, as a gesture of receiving. Feel the shoulders settle down. Maybe just take notice of how your shoulders feel right now. And close your eyes if you haven't already. You can just soften your gaze somewhere in the distance. Just focusing perhaps on your breath, or letting focus of your breath go completely. Feeling soft and quiet, still. No tension in the body, the mind. Just relaxing. Nothing to do but just rest. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like, just resting, letting everything soak in. If you would like to come back now, you can take your breath and be aware of the breath again, just noticing the movement in the torso. If you would like to wiggle your fingers and toes, feel free to do that. We can come back just to sit in Sitting Mountain one more time to close our practice together. We might just bring the hands towards the heart, either palm to palm, or maybe one resting on top of each other at the heart center. And just bowing the eyes maybe towards the heart to remember and acknowledge the unconditional love that always resides in our hearts. May all beings everywhere be held with that love. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste, everyone.